बहुत अच्छा है. This is very good if you can cultivate,
ठीक है
devotional service. Because, this entire section that we are studying, what is the sum and substance of this section? That Krishna is the source of all incarnation. And here what we saw in this section, it is the glories of Bhagavatam being recited by Srila Sutta Goswami. And in this material world, whoever has come, everyone is on the verge of death. Can anyone say that he can escape death? Who is not on the verge of death? Is only Parikshit at the verge of death? In fact, Parikshit Maharaj had 7 days for sure. Can any one of us say that we have 7 days for sure? No one. None of us. No one in this material world can say with conviction that he will not die for next 7 days. And what is the ultimate benefit is to take shelter of Krishna. And how that shelter is possible, that secret is being revealed in this section. I'll recap because for a few days we couldn't discuss. We were busy in Lord Ram's arrival. This time I felt that we celebrated Deepavali. Why? Because Deepavali means to welcome Lord Ram at Ayodhya. But so far Indians have been observing Deepavali majorly not to welcome Lord Ram. Do you see anywhere in your houses still that they are worshipping Lord Ram on Deepavali day? What do Hindus worship on Deepavali day? Whom do they worship? What puja is observed on Deepavali?
Lakshmi ji, Prabhuji, Lakshmi ji.
Lakshmi ji. This is, see the degradation. To what levels our society has gone down. It's such a big hypocrisy. We are saying that we are celebrating Diwali. How? By worshipping Lakshmi. No one has any interest in welcoming Ram. The interest is only to somehow get Lakshmi enticed. But Lakshmi will not come. That is why she is Chanchala. Chanchala where? Because she will never stay where Lord Ram is not there. Sita Devi is the goddess of fortune. And she is firmly placed where Lord Ram is, where Lord Vishnu is. So if you have Lord Ram, you already have Lakshmi. But if you don't have Lord Ram, Lakshmi will come and leave you. But this understanding or this acceptance is impossible in the materialistic mindset. So this time, yesterday, as last class I shared with you on the 20th, when I went to the flower market, 3 days before, I could sense that this is really Deepavali. Everyone was busy in the market buying flowers. This time nobody, did anyone worship Lakshmi or any other personality or any other demigod? No. Everyone welcomed Lord Ram as if Lord Ram is coming in their own house, in their own hearts. This is real Deepavali. Real Deepavali. And there was so much of enthusiasm. Believe me, this world has changed forever. What Lord Ram has arrived, Ram Lala has arrived, this world has changed forever. The surge of devotional spirit which I have witnessed in last 1 month, in my life I have never experienced it. Everyone has the desire to please Lord Ram, at least to whatever extent. At least some genuine desire is there, which was never ever experienced before. And Lord Ram is so merciful. He gives opportunity for everyone. And the classic example is the squirrel, Gilhari. Even if one does little service, Lord Ram very magnanimously accepts it. So I was very happy to see most of our devotees coming. Both the days they came, Sunday, Monday, fully participated, did service, and we were able to see the welcoming of Lord Ram in Ayodhya. Very exhilarating, very uplifting experience. And in one stroke, I was discussing today with Balbhadra Prabhu, in one stroke, the entire world has become surcharged with the consciousness of Lord Ram. Not only in India, India, of course, everyone knows Lord Ram. But outside India, but hardly anyone knows Lord Ram. In States, in Europe, in Africa, every country, even in Saudi Arabia, what to speak of any other country. So such glorification of Lord Ram, such spotless glorification of Lord Ram, which has never happened in the last 500 years or even before. And this is very, very auspicious. This will definitely change the influence of Kali, which is there, so overwhelming. So in this age of Kali, what is most important is one has to firmly take shelter of the Supreme Lord. But who will take shelter of the Supreme Lord? Krishna says, Bahunam janmanam ante jnanvan ma prapadyante. Not anyone and everyone can take shelter of. So where the shelter can come? When one is in knowledge. Jnanvan mam prapadyante. Very deep verse what Krishna is speaking. Ajnanvan mam prapadyante is never going to happen. Krishna says, Namam dushkritino mudha prapadyante naradhama mayaya aprit jnana asurim bhavam ashrita. These four kind of people will never take shelter of me. So how to take shelter? The shelter has come in the form of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. And Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is Sarva Itihasanam Saram Samudritam. This we discussed in the 41st verse. So I'm recapping from 40 verse, 42nd, and I then come to today's verse. Very, very important verse. I think I started this verse. Krishna sva-dhāmopagate. How many of you have memorized the verse? Let me see how much of effort you have put. Very good. Purushottam, go ahead. Boliye.
कृष्णे sva-dhāmopagate dharma-jñānādibhiḥ Kalo naṣṭa-dṛśām esha purāṇārko adhunoditaḥ.
Very good. Very good. Purāṇārko dhunoditaḥ. Krishna sva-dhāmopagate, and along with Krishna, dharma-jñānādibhiḥ saha. There's a big detail. All the auspiciousness, all the good divine qualities, they also return back. Krishna sva-dhāmopagate dharma-jñānādibhiḥ saha. Then what happens is Kalau naṣṭa-dṛśām esha. Today we will discuss this aspect of what is dṛśām esha. What Kali destroys is dṛśām esha. And what is that dṛśām esha? The dṛśām esha is naṣṭa-dṛśā is the knowledge is destroyed. What knowledge? Knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, knowledge of the living entity and his relationship with the Lord. That is what Krishna says in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad-gītā. Anyone knows the verse? What is the relevant verse? Please answer. This verse should be known to you. 4th chapter, beginning, Krishna speaks that this is what knowledge has been lost. This knowledge has been lost. Sa kalena mahata yogo naṣṭa-dṛśām. Same dṛśām. Same yoga naṣṭa. So that knowledge which revives the relationship of the Supreme Lord was lost. So kalau naṣṭa-dṛśām esha. So with the advent of Kali-yuga, what has been lost is that knowledge or the yoga, the system of yoga, of one's connection with the Supreme Lord has been lost. Then in such a dense, dark situation, what has arisen? The son of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam has arisen. Purāṇārko. Purāṇa is the Bhagavad Purāṇa, the Amal Purāṇa. Arka means the sun. And adhunoditaḥ, that dissipates the dense darkness and the fog. So Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam has arisen like a brilliant shining sun. Dissipate the dense darkness of ignorance, which has covered our relationship with the Supreme Lord. To root out that ignorance, the son of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam has arisen. We discussed last time. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is compared to the sun. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is compared to ripened fruit. And what else is Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam discussed with, which we have so far discussed? There are others also, which we will discuss when we go further. What was the third aspect?
Deepam, Prabhuji.
Yeah, very good. So yesterday we had so much of deep. Deep is there to dispel atitirtishitam tamo andham. So you see, all the verses are focusing on one aspect, is how to dissipate the dense darkness of ignorance which is there for millions of lifetimes in our heart. So Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, the son of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, has arisen. And this son of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam has arisen when the son of Krishna has set. Okay. Who else has memorized the verse, Sonika? Go ahead. बोलिए.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna sva-dhāmopagate dharma-jñānādibhiḥ
Adibhi.
dharma-jñāne आदिर्भिः सह कलो naṣṭa-dṛśām purāṇārko dhunoditaḥ.
Very good. Very good. Who else? Devadatta? आपने याद किया?
Yes, Prabhuji. Krishna sva-dhāma upagate jnana vijnanādibhiḥ saha.
No. Wait. Don't try to.
Dharma-jñāna. Sorry, Prabhuji.
But first try to understand the meaning.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So my request is, whenever you are attempting to understand, first let us understand the verse. So it is Krishna sva-dhāma upagate, then dharma-jñānādibhiḥ. So along with Krishna, all the divine virtual qualities, they have also been disappeared. So this is not jnana vijnana.
Sorry, Prabhuji.
Never mind. So when you are reciting, please remain in the connected consciousness. Then you will not make a mistake. And I'm, requesting you, suggesting you, please put emphasis on word meaning. And understand the Sanskrit. Once you understand the Sanskrit, then it will never be lost. Understand the word meaning. And please also understand in what context it is being spoken. Now, who is speaking? Shuta Goswami is speaking. He is speaking to whom? He is speaking to the sages. And the sages he is mentioning that you have started a sacrifice for Kali-yuga. So this is the sacrifice. What is the sacrifice? Of Shravan Yagya. Is to hear Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam.
Shall I try again, Prabhuji?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Krishna sva-dhāma upagate dharma-jñānādibhiḥ saha kalo naṣṭa-dṛśām purāṇārko dhunoditaḥ.
Make your own personal notebook, at least 2 notebooks, if you are really serious of Bhagavatam. One should be your shloka book, and the other should be your notebook where you keep writing. You won't get time to study Bhagavatam again. Take it from me in writing. Even full-time devotees like me don't get time. I have seen so many other devotees. So this kind of study that we are doing is once in a lifetime. So once you are hearing, make full utilization. Once you are writing, your concentration is 10 times better. Your mind to drag you in another direction while hearing is very prominent. We may be physically hearing, but internally we are, spaced out in many things. But when you are writing, your mind has to be present. You cannot write without presence of mind. If the mind is not participating, you cannot write. So do write. And those who do not write will not be able to remember. Hardly they will remember anything. So make it a point of writing. And verses, if you want to memorize, write. I was so inspired by our little Rayanshi. Once I went to her house and I saw beautifully written verses of Bhagavad-gītā. And I was shocked that she writes and she memorizes. This is the most, pakka way, 100% way. Because Krishna wants to see how much effort we are making. Swa-cheshtitam. If cheshta is not there, no result or reward is there. How much cheshta is being made? Sva-cheshtitam. And this cheshta has to be voluntarily. It cannot be pushed or forced. How much is this cheshta? According to the cheshta, Krishna has already said, Ye yatham mam prapadyante tam tatheva bhajami. I will reciprocate according to one's surrender. And how to say we are serious about surrender is our sadhana bhakti. We don't have prem for Krishna. But how to cultivate prem is to perform sadhana bhakti very strictly, without deviation, without disturbance, without degradation. Again and again we fall down. If we are not doing sadhana bhakti seriously, that means we are not serious. Then Krishna will not take us seriously. So please keep writing. Write the shloka. Invest some 10 minutes. You will see, you will feel so good. After just 6 months of practice, I can assure you, you will be able to pick up verses. Because your Sanskrit knowledge will enhance. And if you are hearing properly, immediately you will be able to connect in what context this shloka has been spoken. If you remember the context, you will be able to come back what the verse is and what the translation is. And gradually, if you are hearing and you are writing and you are sharing, you will see that you will also be able to remember the purports, the numbers of the purports, where the purport is, in this purport, what Srila Prabhupada is explaining. That will require a little bit of practice and your hearty participation. And then you see how Shastric study will give you immense satisfaction. That joy of devotion you will be able to experience. So Krishna can be very prominently experienced through the hearing and reading of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. It is the literary incarnation of the Supreme Lord. Yes, Ravinder and Priyanka, both of you have memorized?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
No, one after other. No. दोनों एक साथ नहीं, एक एक करके.
कृष्णे सधामोपगते धर्मज्ञानादिवेशः कलौ नष्टादृशामेष पुराणार्को
Adhunodito.
पुराणार्को.
Yeah. What is the meaning of adhuna? What is the meaning of adhuna?
Udita means arise,
I
arising,
know. I am not asking Udita. What is adhuna?
and adhuna means
Most of you are getting difficulty in adhuna. Yes, Devadatta?
Now, Prabhuji.
Yeah. What is the meaning of
Now.
adhuna? Sorry?
Now.
Now. Yeah. Okay. Now. So it is now arisen. Purāṇārko adhunoditaḥ. Immediately it has arisen. Okay. So adhunoditaḥ. Purāṇārko adhunoditaḥ. Yes, Ravindra Prabhu? बोलिए.
कृष्णे सवा-धāmopagate dharma-jñānādibhiḥ कलौ naṣṭa-dṛśām purāṇārko
Adhunoditaḥ.
purāṇārko.
One more time.
कृष्णे सवा-धāmopagate dharma-jñānādibhiḥ कलौ naṣṭa-dṛśām purāṇārko adhunoditaḥ.
Very good. Very good. Okay, yes. Dayashil Prabhu. Very good. I am very inspired. Most of you have memorized. Manoram. Where were you? Saturday and Sunday. You had 2 days of holiday. And I had hardly known what participation you did for Lord Ram. You forgot that you had to memorize the verse also.
Yes, Prabhuji, I can try.
Okay.
Reciting.
Fantastic.
Yes, sir.
You will be very obliged to hear your trial. Go ahead.
कृष्णे स्वधामोपगते धर्मज्ञानादिभिः सह कलौ नष्टदृशम् एष पुराणार्क अधुना उदितः.
Very good. Good. Put your heart in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Don't put your heart in worldly affairs. Worldly affairs are going to give you only frustrations. It will only be a source of suffering. By the time you will realize your life will be over, then you can do nothing about it. All these sages, only saintly people, the Supreme Lord Himself, they have not come to cheat us. They have come to save us. So don't try to invest your heart in worldly affairs. Because if your absorption remains there, then you will not be able to get the nectar in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. That taste will never develop. Okay, very good. Dayashil Prabhu, go ahead.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna.
स्वधाम उपगते धर्म ज्ञान आदि सह कलो नष्ट दृश्यमे स पुराण अर्क अधुना उदिता।
Very good. Very good. And what about Ramya?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna sva-dhāmopagate jnana-dharma-ādibhiḥ saha purāṇa kalo naṣṭa-dṛśām purāṇārko adhuna udita.
एक बार और बोलिए. One more time.
कृष्णे स्वधामोपगते ज्ञानधर्मादिभिः सह.
You have to correct this second line. Krishna swadham upagate. Then what is the word?
धर्मज्ञानादिभिः सह.
दोबारा बोलो.
कृष्ण स्वधामोपगते धर्मज्ञानादिभिः सह कलो नष्टदृशमेष पुराणार्क अधुना उदित.
Very good. Very good. So, Sudha Goswami is giving the ocean of hope to all these people. So, they were thinking of what sacrifice they should perform. And what was the tenure of sacrifice? 1,000 years. See the commitment level. 1,000 years. I was very inspired by Narendra Modi ji, our Prime Minister. For 11 days, he took a vow of very severe austerity. He did not eat any grain for 11 days. What I don't know how far it is true, that he only took coconut water. And that Pujari ji was speaking, that head Pujari. I heard, last evening I heard 2-3 speeches. So that head Pujari was speaking that Narendra Modi performed those austerities which we did not ask him even. 11 days fasting from grain is not easy. And he slept on the cold this winter, even on the floor. So many other austerities he performed. And you see, we should learn from the Prime Minister. He did not engage in such affairs so that his consciousness can be affected. He wanted to be in the right frame of consciousness. So he was visiting all those places where Lord Ram was. He mentioned he went to Dhanushkoti, he went to Srirangam, he went to Rameshwaram, so that he can remain in Ram consciousness. Very important where we are investing our consciousness. So here, Srila Sudha Goswami is saying that you have to invest your time, your energy in hearing Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Because the brilliance of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam has arisen, and if you take shelter of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, you get shelter of the Supreme Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa. So we'll take the verse, we'll take the translation once again. The Bhagavad Purāṇa is as brilliant as the sun. And it has arisen just after the departure of Lord Kṛṣṇa. That is Adhuna. It is just simultaneously as that Supreme Lord departure. So Krishna never leaves the jiva shelterless. When he was physically present, he awarded shelter. And when he has returned to his abode, that shelter has appeared in the form of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So you see the translation once again. This Bhagavad Purāṇa is as brilliant as the sun, and it has arisen just after departure of Lord Kṛṣṇa to his own abode, accompanied by religion, knowledge, etc. And persons who have lost their vision due to dense darkness of ignorance in the age of Kali shall get light from this Purāṇa. So what is the translation speaking? Let us have some discussion. Persons who have, let us focus on this aspect, the second aspect, that persons who have lost their vision due to dense darkness of ignorance in the age of Kali shall get light from this Purāṇa. So what light? Some light like sun, or some spotlight, or some, other new light. What light is being mentioned here by Srila Sutta Goswami? Yes, Madan Sura Prabhu?
Light of knowledge.
Light of knowledge. And as I discussed, which knowledge? What is that knowledge?
Knowledge was about ourself, our relation with the God.
Yeah, relation with the Supreme Lord. This Krishna is saying, Sa kalena mahata yogo naṣṭa parantapa. Evam parampara praptam idam rajarishya vibhav. Truly the priest was glorifying Mudiji as a Rajrishi. Of course, he is like a Raj. There cannot be any better Rajrishi than him in this modern era. So, this knowledge can only come to those who are coming in parampara. So, this knowledge which was lost or which was covered due to the influence of Kali. So, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is the most potent form of reviving this knowledge of our relationship with the Supreme Lord. If we continue to hear and read Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, one will naturally become a lover of Krishna. One will be, Prabhupada says, one will be able to see, Prabhupada will write in this purport, that one will be able to see Krishna face to face in every verse of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. That is why Srila Prabhupada has given this presentation of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Let's move forward in the purport. Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa has his eternal dhāma or abode, where he eternally enjoys himself with his eternal associates and paraphernalia. What is the verse from from Brahma Samhita? That Lord Kṛṣṇa has his eternal dhāma or abode, and he eternally enjoys himself with his eternal associates and paraphernalia. Which verse? That is the glorification of the Supreme Lord Kṛṣṇa by the realization of Lord Brahma. And he has given the treatise of Brahma Samhita. Which verse? Couple of verses will qualify for this statement of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada is quoting from Brahma Samhita. You know someone? Ramya? Boliye.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, 1:9. Golak eva nivasate akhila atma-mūrti.
Very good. Perfect answer. Golok eva nivasati akhilatma bhuta. He resides in his eternal abode, which is in the form of Golok. From Bhagavad-gītā. If we have to see this verse from Bhagavad-gītā, which verse will be the suitable verse?
Na tad bhasayate surya na sasanka na pavaka jagatpa na nivartate tad dharma param.
Very good. Very good. There is one more verse. Excellent. This is called participation with heart. One more verse. This is Arjuna's prayer. Very famous prayer. I have given you a strong hint.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी परम ब्रह्म परम धाम पवित्रम परम
Yes, you got it again right. Yes, Param Brahma, Param Dhamam, Pavitram, Paramam Bhava. Very good. The Lord Krishna has his eternal dham or abode, where he eternally enjoys himself with his eternal associates and paraphernalia, and his eternal abode is a manifestation of his internal energy. Whereas the material manifestation, the material world is the manifestation of his external energy. When he descends to the material world, he displays himself with all paraphernalia in his internal potency, which is called ātma-māyā. We discussed that in the 4th chapter. Krishna says, Sambhavami ātma-māyaya. He does not appear with the material form. He does not have to take any material body because he appears in his spiritual form, in his spiritual body, ātma-māyā. In the Bhagavad-gītā, the Lord says that he descends by his own potency, ātma-māyā. His form, name, fame, paraphernalia, abode, etc. are not therefore creations of matter. And Krishna also says that avajananti ma mudha manushim tanumāśrita. Why? Because param bhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. So those who are not his devotees, they will not be able to realize. What they will not be able to realize? That his form, name, fame, paraphernalia, abode, etc. are not therefore creations of matter. He descends to reclaim the fallen souls and to reestablish the codes of religion which are directly enacted by him. Except for God, no one can establish the principles of religion. What verse is this? Very important verse. This philosophy has to be very clear. This principle should be very, very clear. That except for God, no one can establish the principles of religion. Either he or a suitable person empowered. Okay, sorry. No one can establish the principles of religion which are enacted directly by him. Except for God, no one can establish the principles of religion. This has to be very clearly understood. What did Krishna speak in the final section of Bhagavad-gītā? What did he speak about religion, dharma? Yes, Purushottam? बोलिए.
सर्वधर्मानि परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं.
Why? Because none of them is religion. It is all cheating religion. Why? Because religion is only one. What is the religion? Religion which is given by the Supreme Lord. So where religion begins? Religion will begin when we reject everything else. Otherwise, we are not religious. We are irreligious. Even after coming in Krishna consciousness and even after getting initiated, have we really become religious? Unless and until this principle is accepted, is sva-dhāmopagate. Krishna. And here Bhagavatam begins. What was the verse in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam? What it talks about religion? Beginning verse. Who spoke? I don't want an expert comment. I want the full verse. And please speak when I ask you to speak. That should be the decorum, that should be the etiquette. Yes, Sonika, बोलिए.
Prabhuji, second 1.2, 1.1 dharma project kaitava atra.
Dharma projito kaitava atra. This is also talking about cheating religion. So Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam has kicked out all cheating religion. There's only one religion. What is that religion? Religion is to follow the Supreme Lord. And who can follow? Those who have love. Those who have envy will never be able to follow. They will always find fault. They'll keep finding fault. So the laws of religion are enacted by the Supreme Lord himself, no one else. Anyone else gives any other religion, it is only dharma projito kaitavo atra. But who can accept? Who is param nirmat saranam satam. To the extent our envy for Krishna goes down, to that extent we can accept this principle. If we fail to accept this religion, that means it is very confirmed we have profused envy towards Krishna. So dharma satatvam nihitam guhayam. Dharma is very, very confidential. Dharma satatvam. Tattva means the truth or the principles of dharma is very, very confidential. So it can only be established by the Supreme Lord or ones who are empowered by the Supreme Lord, no one else. So any other religion is a cheating religion, is a pseudo-religion. Except for God, no one can establish the principles of religion. Either he or a suitable person empowered by him can dictate the codes of religion. And see the word. Either he or suitable person empowered by him can dictate the codes of religion. Real religion means to know God, our relationship with him, and our duties in relationship with him. Three things. To know God, who is the Supreme Lord. And our relation with him and our duties with him. That is service. And to know ultimately our destination after leaving this material world. The conditioned souls who are entrapped by the material energy hardly know all these principles of life. Most of them are like animals. This is the compassion of Srila Prabhupada. He is stirring us up that most of us are like animals engaged in eating, sleeping, fearing, and mating. They are mostly engaged in sense enjoyment under the pretense of religiosity, knowledge, and salvation. So the four aspects of religion, which the so-called Hindu Dharma or the Sanatan Dharma accepts, as you please see the Prabhupada's translation, put little focus. Prabhupada's purport. Prabhupada is saying that they are mostly engaged in sense enjoyment under the pretension of religiosity, which is dharma. Prabhupada has skipped one important aspect. What is that? Artha. Prabhupada is not mentioning artha. Even if it is not artha, if it is dharma, then knowledge and salvation. Salvation is moksha. So Prabhupada has removed artha and kama, and Prabhupada is saying even if it is dharma and moksha and jnana, still it is under the pretension of religiosity. They are still more blind in the present age of quarrel or Kali-yuga. In the Kali-yuga, the population is just a royal addition of the animal. It is very, very deep purport. Please try to put our attention on it. And I am seeking all of you to please tomorrow express, each one of you, what is your understanding when Prabhupada, particularly this paragraph starting from here, that except for God, from here till the Kali-yuga, the population is just like the royal addition of animals. Here. So please read it carefully. In context of what we are discussing, that is very important. They have nothing to do with spiritual knowledge or godly religious life. As I discussed the Deepavali. It has no spiritual value. Because it was just ritual. Ritual for own selfish interest. They have nothing to do with spiritual knowledge or godly religious life. They are so blind that they cannot see anything beyond the needs of the body. They have no information of the spirit soul beyond the jurisdiction of the subtle mind, intelligence, or ego. But they are very much proud of their advancement in knowledge, science, and material prosperity. They can risk their lives to become a dog or a hog just after leaving the present body. For they have completely lost sight of the ultimate aim of life. The personality of Godhead, Śrī Kṛṣṇa, appeared before us just a little prior to the beginning of Kali-yuga, and he returned to his eternal home practically at the commencement of Kali-yuga. While he was present, he exhibited everything by his different activities. He spoke the Bhagavad-gītā specifically and eradicated all pretentious principles of religiosity. That is sva-dhāmopagate. And prior to his departure of the material world, he empowered Śrī Vyāsadeva through Nārada to compile the message of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. And thus both the Bhagavad-gītā and Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam are like torch bearers for the blind people of this age. In other words, if men of Kali wants to see the real light of life, they must take to these two books only. Very clear, Prabhupada is saying. If men of this age want to see the real light in life, they must take to these two books only, and their aim of their life will be fulfilled. The Bhagavad-gītā is the preliminary study of the Bhagavatam, and Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is the summum bonum of life. Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa personified. We must therefore accept Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam as the direct representation of Lord Kṛṣṇa. One who can see Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam can also see Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa in person. They are identical. Hare Krishna. Tomorrow we'll take the last verse, the final verse of this section. But as I said, I am giving you homework. So please put your thoughts. What are your assimilations and understanding on what Srila Prabhupada is writing in the center of the purport. And we will discuss it tomorrow. Thank you very much. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. If you have any question or any contribution, please speak. I don't see any query coming, so let us close. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.